ni maandalizi, lakini kubwa kabisa ni kwamba kuna ugeni kutoka England kwa mchezaji wa zamani wa Liverpool, na kubwa ni kwamba naye anaweza kuwa na maneno mazuri sana kuweza kueleza vijana hao kutimiza zile ndoto ambazo wanafikia. Kwa hiyo ni maneno mengi ameeleza, lakini kubwa ni kwamba hapa alipofikia yeye akachukuliwa kama mfano, basi vijana hao siku moja nao wanaweza kufikia hivyo, kama kila mmoja atakuwa amekaa sawa sawa, mindset yake amejiweka sawa sawa kama anataka kucheza mpira kweli. Na ukiweka dream hiyo, ukiota ndoto hiyo, kama kweli umepania ufanye hivyo kwa ufanisi, unaweza kufanya kwa kuwa na nidhamu tu ya mpira na kufuata maelekezo ya makocha, inaaminika kwamba basi watafanikiwa. Yote kwa yote, vijana wanatrain, sisi TFF tunajaribu kuonesha njia. Shughuli hii bidii ifanyike zaidi na clubs, lakini sisi tunajaribu kuonesha njia clubs zetu wafanye vipi hasa kwenye kutimiza kanuni ya 11 ya club license. Uko mbele msimu huu tunakwenda kumaliza, soka la vijana limechezwa kwenye ligi, lakini inaonekana alikuwa hajatibiwa vizuri sana, lakini huko tuendako hawana budi kwenda stage moja baada ya nyingine kwa vijana kama hawa kwa kuja kupata timu ya kubwa. Sababu tutaangalia timu zetu kwa sasa zinazoshika nafasi 3 za juu, hakuna timu yenye wachezaji wanaokuwa 6 wa kimataifa. Ni hali na sisi tuna vipawa ambavyo tumejaa navyo. Ni nafasi pekee ya kwetu sasa tuweze kuboresha vipaji hivi kama TFF tunavyofanya, labda tusikafanya hivyo ili baadaye tulikuwa na timu ya taifa bora kabisa na klabu zetu zikawa bora kwa mashindano mbalimbali ya kimataifa.
14, 15-year-old boys all over the world have got the same abilities. When you're talking about these boys who are the best in Tanzania, they're no different to the 14-year-old boys in England, Brazil, Germany, France. The difference is the opportunities that they get, the infrastructure, the environment to help them to progress, and of course with these young boys now looking to be the Tanzanian under-17 team in 4 years' time, this is the start of their preparation. Now, of course, when you're actually preparing, there may be hiccups, but what we have to do is that we believe in what they're doing. So the preparation starts now. So when we play matches, and we may not win, we may not lose, we may not play well, but we still believe and we still stay together and we say we are in a process of getting to a particular place, rather than what happens a lot, and I'll use Liverpool as an example. We get very excited when we do well, and then we don't do well and we get very disappointed and we write it off. So these boys now have an opportunity in 2 years' time, but this is the start of their development. So therefore you have to handle them carefully, you have to be very understanding, and we can't be too judgmental if they don't do well. We want them to do well, and that's the only way, because there aren't any better boys than these in Tanzania. So therefore, if they play games and they may lose to Nigeria next week, we haven't got a choice but to stick with them, to support them, and to help to nurture them. So I'm glad that this program has now been undertaken to then say, let us not worry about the under-17 World Cup next year and try and get a team. Let's do it now to give these boys a longer time of preparation and to give people time to understand, time to grow, and time to have empathy with them while they're growing, while they're learning. So I think too often, and I've seen it in Africa, in West Africa particularly, when we think we've got a good team and then the team doesn't perform in the first 1 or 2 matches and then we write them off completely and then we look to start again and again and again. We have to stop doing that. We have to look at these boys and we say, these are the best boys we have. So therefore we have to nurture them, we have to care for them, and we have to support them. So I wish them all the best, but in terms of the concept behind what they're doing, saying let's think about the under 17 in, when is it? 4 years, 2 years?
2 years time.
In 2 years' time, let us start now. Let us start now. I'll use Germany as an example. When I'm to when I'm to Germany after 2002, Germany got to the World Cup final in 2002. And I spoke to Oliver Bierhoff about this. And in 2002, when they got to the final, you could be forgiven for them thinking Germany are a good team because we got to the World Cup final. They got to the World Cup final because they beat South Korea, Turkey in the semi-finals, sorry, USA in the quarterfinals, South Korea in the semi-final. So, under those circumstances, you would expect to get to the final. But they still thought we need a better team. So you know what we're going to have to do? We're going to have to speak to the club and say, put young German players in your club. And what's going to happen when you put young German players in your clubs, Bayern Munich, Dortmund? What's going to happen is that for 4 or 5 years, we're not going to be successful. Because we have young players who may not be ready, but we have to stick with them. We have to have belief in them. And for the first 4 or 5 years, those German players did nothing. Bayern Munich, Dortmund, this is in the early 2000s, they did nothing. But look at them now. Look how good they are. Because they had a belief that although they may not be ready now, but we have to stick with them and support them. And that's what you have to do. You have to have a vision that in a few years' time, with the players that we actually have, we can be successul without writing them off too quickly. So I'm hoping for these boys, and for the media, and for the fans, to have that same attitude towards the team.
Liverpool lost 3-1 to Manchester City.
Well, Liverpool struggle when we play against the lesser teams. I have no worries about Arsenal, Tottenham, Manchester City, Manchester United, Chelsea. We've not lost to those teams in 2 years. We struggle when we play against the little teams. And that's where we have to then change our mentality, change the way we play to then say, because the biggest problem Liverpool have is when we play against Arsenal, Tottenham, Manchester City, what do? They attack us. It's an open game. On the counter-attack, Mane, Firmino, Lallana, they're strong. They like to run in big open spaces. We win those matches. When you play against the lesser teams, that's when they get back and defend in their own box. They make it difficult for us, so we can't play through them. So when you can't play through them, what's the way to go? To go wide, put crosses in. Are we going to score goals like that? No. Man United do. Why? Because they have Ibrahimovic. Arsenal have Giroud. Chelsea have Costa. So what Liverpool have to do is come up with a solution where you play against teams who defend deep, defend in numbers, and we can't have space to run in. And that's where we have to improve. So of course we're playing Arsenal this Saturday, so I have no worries about Arsenal.
Where did you find Liverpool at the end of the season?
We're challenging for a top 5 spot, top 4 spot. And in November when we were first, and a lot of Liverpool fans got excited, and I said I would take 4th place now. Liverpool fans said no, we want to win the league. But now they'll take 4th place. You have to look at what we're trying to do, and Jurgen Klopp is a good manager. He's maximising the potential, which to do with having better players. But if we stay together and we have the right belief and togetherness, we can actually finish in the top 4. I can't say we're going to win the league or finish 2nd, but we're looking for a top 4 spot. Okay? No problem. Stop. Stay here. Okay, wait, don't play it. So, by me coming here, I am creating space. So, 2 things. I'm creating space. So, if you come with me, there's the pass. So, stay there to block that pass, and then you're going to stay to block that pass. Then, you can give it to me. So, you have 2 options. So, if I come like this, yes. You can mark me, and you can mark the space. So when you want the ball off, don't come for the ball. Yes. Yes. Come off. So you can move your body so I can see that. I can see that. Okay? If I'm like this, that's all I can see. Come off at an angle. Or